What's up, guys? JR Raymond back again, coming to you from my car because unfortunately I just lost in match play at an event. But I want to talk to you a little bit about the bowling balls that I used and what I'm starting to see with some of these bowling balls when I get back, so stay tuned. What's up, guys? So we bowled a couple of small events over the last couple of days. Just bowled like a 6-game sweeper yesterday. Bowled pretty good. Used a Money Badger, the green one, and mixed in a little bit of Phase 3 in there as well. Bowled 100 and, I don't remember, 100 and something over, 180 over, I think, or 100. Yeah, I don't know. It was something like that. Anyway, bowled pretty good. Ended up cashing, making a little bit of money in that, so no big deal. But bowled a bigger event today where paid a little bit extra money. Yeah, it was like almost, I think it was $4,000 to win. Bottom cash was $300, so $200 entry. So not huge, nothing big, nothing like a PBA event, but the field was pretty stacked. A lot of really, really good bowlers in this area, so a lot of really good guys out here competing today. And I bowled 175 over in 5 games today for the qualifying. Qualified 4th in a 32-man bracket, and it was double elimination bracket. First round bowled Victor Varner. He didn't match up very well. His ball wouldn't strike very much. I bowled 480 for a 2-game total pinfall match to his 410, so I moved on in that match. I used a halo there, but in qualifying I was mostly I started with the halo, and then I switched to what did I do? I used a little bit of the Halo Pearl, and then I went to the Money Badger Tour, where I bowled 298 with it, game 4, which it looked really good. But then moving on to match 2, I bowled, who did I bowl? I bowled Will Holmes, a young kid in this area, in the Detroit area. And I bowled 259 the first game with my Halo, doing the same thing in the middle of the lane. Wasn't really hooking it a lot. I was throwing it to about 10, 11 down lane. But if I got it to like 7, 8, 9, it still hooked. It was questionable whether it was going to strike or not, but it still hooked. So the Halo with that weaker 5-inch pin layout actually was looking really good there. So I bowled 259 that game, and then they started to get a little squirrely down lane. And I kind of started to just play it safe because I had like a 60-pin lead. Will bowled 190. But then he started stringing some strikes together. So it came down to the 10th where I needed to mark in the 10th. Luckily, I 6-pinned. I threw one a little slow and it 6-pinned through the face. Luckily didn't split, so that shut him out. Was able to move on there. And played around with a couple of balls at the end there. Didn't try to do too much, but played around with a couple of different balls at the very end to see what they would do moving into the next round. So in the next round, we had to sit out because the winner's bracket sits out while the loser's bracket was still going. And I had to bowl George Gohagen. So we get 2 balls on each lane. So I threw my first shot with the Halo, and then it looked pretty good. But then I'm like, you know what? If I have to go a little bit further left, I need to see something a little bit stronger down lane. So I grabbed the baller, and boy, it looked really good. So I started with the baller and bowled 235, but unfortunately he bowled 280 against me that first game. So I'm down 45 going into the last game. So I need a big one. So I move a few more left with the baller, and I start out front 6, and the lane to the left of us turns on, and it's not being used. The lane to the left of us turns on, sweeps the pins, and pushes them down the lane towards us, which was really weird. So something happened. I'm not sure. Maybe the mechanic was working on that lane or something. But something must have flown out onto the lane on my lane that I couldn't see, because I threw my next shot on that lane, and it got to the spot and jumped. It literally went airborne and started hopping towards the pins, and I 8-10'd. Like, it was the craziest thing I ever seen. And I look back at George, and I'm like, did you see that? And he's like, yeah, that was weird. And I look at the ball. I didn't see anything at first. And then so I sat down, he went up, threw his shots, and I went back and looked at the ball again, and there was like black chunks on the backside, on the other side of the ball. There was a big, like, not big, but maybe like less than dime size. It was a little bit smaller than a dime size, black hard chunk that my ball must have hit, and it stuck to the ball. So I peeled that off and picked it off and bowled the rest of the game. I bowled 250, so I ended up bowling 490, but he bowled, 520. He bowled 240 still. So he bowled 520 to my 490, so I lost that. It was double elimination, so I move on. So now I got to bowl another lefty, and I got to bowl AJ Rice, who is, you know, one of the better amateur bowlers, or now he's a PBA bowler, so I guess, so he's one of the better bowlers around right now. He's moving to Michigan, so it'll be cool to have him up here bowling a lot of the stuff again, even though he's up here all the time anyway. But, so I bowl AJ, and started out, I mean, I bowled 220 the first game. All of a sudden, my ball wasn't going through the pins properly. I couldn't get it to do the right thing. I bowled 220, and I know that sounds like it's not bad, but he bowled 240, so I'm down 20. So I switched to the phase 3, and all of a sudden, I've got something going. I go strike, wrap 10, 4 or 5 bagger, and then I get up, and he's trying to let me back in. He just opened and then 9 spared, and so now we're basically even in the match, and I go up and blow her 7-10 on a shot that I thought was pretty good. And of course I was mad, like fried out, you know. So I could have then sheeted to force him to sheet, and I just threw 2 of the worst shots you could possibly throw to just hand the match over. So I end up losing, finishing in the top 12 or something. So, but all in all, the good thing about this whole thing was seeing different bowling balls and seeing them and starting to understand the difference between them and starting to understand how I can use them. So now that I'm bowling more and I'm seeing the balls go down the lane more, seeing them on different conditions, it's giving me a little bit better perspective. It's giving me a little bit more to look at to be able to make some good choices for ball reaction, because I bowled pretty dang good today. Just caught the wrong people at the wrong times and caught the bad breaks at the wrong times and did the wrong things at the wrong time. So all in all, that's just how it goes. So otherwise, it was a pretty dang good day. Didn't make a lot of money, but made money. And anytime you make money in this sport, it's a good weekend. So we're moving on. Next weekend, I'm going to Cincinnati and take these same bowling balls, I think, and I'm going to go down there, and there's a multiple squad tournament down there, so I'm going to go down, bowl a couple of squads, get in some brackets, hopefully make a little bit of money, see if I can't throw it as well as I did this week, maybe even a little bit better, and come away with a little bit more money, hopefully give myself a chance to win. So it's nice to be competitive again. It's nice to be out on the road doing some things, getting ready, prepared to bowl mostly full-time next year on the PBA Tour. So as God willing that, you know, my wife and kids are in good shape to where I don't have to worry about them too much, and they'll be okay with me being gone a little bit next year, hopefully, or I can take them with me some of the events. That would be really nice. I hope so anyway. But anyway, that's all I got for you today. I just want to give you a little bit of recap for the weekend. I know most people won't care, but a little bit something to, you know, you can see where, you know, some of the things that I'm trying to do and trying to adjust with bowling balls and reactions and all that good jazz. So until next time, I'll give you a little bit of a heads up in Cincinnati next week as well. So I'm sure you'll see a bunch of ball reviews come in this week as well. So until next time, we'll see you guys later. Take care.